13th spot, a lap down. Also just 1 lap down in 20th position after a pit stop. That went wrong. Ernie Irvin is in. John Kernan.
Ernie has had to pit because of a flat left rear tire. Apparently ran over something out on the racetrack, and the tire went flat. So his bad luck continues. Remember, he'd already dropped 2 laps down. Now he will lose at least another lap.
Boy, you were right, BP. When it rains, it pours for him today.
It does.
This is what happened. Watch Ernie's car.
He's right in the middle there of that pack.
And we see him go in the corner. The car gets loose. He tries to go to the pits, and look at all those guys behind him. Terry Labonte, Greg Sachs, Joe Nemechek, John Andretti, all those guys trying their best to dodge other cars as they try to slow down.
Back down to John Kernan.
Okay, this is the tire, the left rear tire off of Ernie's car. He got into the side of someone, and you can see where their fender just kind of ripped along the sidewall, punctured it over here, and that's where the air escaped. Ernie the tire went flat, but he was able to save the car, not wreck, bring it on pit road, change 4 tires, and get back out there safely.
There's the leader, or rather the second place car of Jeff Burton, and we got a crash. Sachs is sliding down the straightaway and into the turn.
Going into turn 3.
A lot of damage to that car on the right side.
And I tell you what, that looks like a 1-car wreck, and they could have easily had a 6-car wreck there. Because it was cars all around him.
It's our 3rd caution of the day. Here's the replay.
Look at all this. Look at all these cars. That's Sachs on the very right side. And the 97 car of Chad Lewis trying to go to the inside. Sachs comes down, and there's a little bit of contact there from Chad Lilly. Goes down and bam, hard in that inside wall.
So those roof flaps come up when he got to going backwards. And he keeps it down. If that car had slid back up in the groove, it could have been trouble. Right there you see the contact that'll be made, and just spins Greg Sachs around. Nothing he could do.
Man, oh man.
Yet another angle.
And look, I mean, that could have easily been a 10-car crash.
It could. There were a lot of cars behind them there, but he spun down to the inside, out of the way.
If he had touched the car and turned it the other way in front of that traffic, I hate to think.
Yeah, it would have been big.
Well,
now,
we are at the halfway point of the race. 147 laps completed.
Will they pit? That's the next question. We've only been a few laps, but will they pit? 7 laps. Will they come in and put on fresh tires? It's only 7 laps. Folks, it's only 7 laps. Dale, Jared, oh, they're all coming in.
Well, are they faking each other out, or what are they going to do? No, they're going to pit.
Bill Weber.
Yeah, it's Darlington. If you can come get tires, come on and get them if you're up front. In fact, Ray Evernham had just told Jeff Gordon the tires are going in the direction you want them to go. That means they're getting very good wear. They've had 3 good stops. Now they're looking for another one. Right side tires going on. Earnhardt cuts right in front of them. Clean the windshield for Gordon. They'll come around and they'll do the lefts while Earnhardt pits in front of them. Left sides are going to go on here in a second. They take off the old one, put on the new. Fuel is in. And Gordon's away. Now to Jerry and Jarrett.
Jarrett and Burton pitting nose to tail down toward turn 1. Last time Jarrett's crew able to beat the 99 out of the pit. It is a race viciously down here. Left side tires. And once again, the 88 car is down and away. Still 99 trouble with the left front. He is off the jack, pulling back to turn 1.
Looks like Gordon may come out second again, although he and Rusty came down the pit exit just about side by side. As the pit crew, the track crew, I should say, still at the Greg Sachs car. John Kernan.
On the backstretch, Jeremy Mayfield, we talked about what a good job he has done after that first pit stop when an air gun broke. That kind of set them back, but he has fought hard all day, stayed on the lead lap. It'll be a 4-tire change, no chassis adjustments. Jeremy pretty happy with the car, but Terry Labonte is going to beat him out with his pit stop here on the backstretch as they head out.
One thing that's working in this guy's favor now, pitting on the backstretch, is the fact that there are only 13 cars on the lead lap.
Greg Sachs is okay. He rides along as his car is taken behind the wall. here at Darlington Raceway. There it is, the oldest super speedway overhead Pennzoil copter cam shot. We're just past the halfway mark in the Trans-South Financial 400. At the moment, it's Dale Jarrett showing the way. Back in a moment.
Independent rear suspension, dual shocks, and a sway bar. Rick, it's all there.
That's good, because when things get rough out there, suspension is everything.
The Sportsman by Polaris is the best performing, best riding ATV you can buy. Here's why. Other manufacturers use a straight axle that bounces over obstacles, losing traction. Our independent rear suspension hugs the terrain for better traction and a smoother ride. The Sportsman 500 and the all-new Sportsman 335 with shaft drive.
You got to ride it to believe it.
How do NASCAR drivers relax after the race? They do a little fishing.
Good fishing hole.
Great fishing hole. You bet.
I wonder why nobody else is here.
Uh-oh. Fortunately, most drivers start with Excite NASCAR Select, the official battery of NASCAR, engineered to start high-compression engines that demand nearly twice the starting power of your car.
Hey, who took all the fish? He did. Whoa!
Excite NASCAR Select, because winter can be a real bear. Available at these stores.
You know when you're traveling, you look for things you know. Things that are familiar, that make you feel comfortable. Things that make you feel at home. That's why it's always so good to see the Howard Johnson sign. And with Howard Johnson Super Miles, you can earn free hotel stays, Avis car rentals, and airline mileage vouchers toward travel on Continental, TWA, and American Airlines. And the more you stay, the greater your rewards.
Howard Johnson makes you feel at home.
ESPN Speed World is live today in Darlington, South Carolina for the Trans-South Financial 400, being brought to you by Excite NASCAR Select, the official battery of NASCAR. By Daytona USA, the ultimate motorsports attraction. And by Polaris all-terrain vehicles. Visit your nearest Polaris dealer. You've got to ride it to believe it. Still under caution here at Darlington. They're going to have to take Greg Sack's car away on the rollback.
I had on the record a moment ago. What happened?
Yeah. We showed you that Ricky Rudd had problems a little bit earlier. Bill, what's the story?
Well, the voltmeter had dropped to 0, so the alternator had stopped charging the battery. Now they put a new belt on the alternator. A moment ago, Ricky stopped, and they changed out the old battery. So now they've got a new battery and a new belt on the alternator. Dave Anthony looking into the right side window at some of the gauges. Rudd returns to the track. We'll see if they got it done.
3 laps down in 36th position.
Boy, Jeff Bice is so hot. We see the NASCAR officials holding Lake Speed, the Cartoon Network Ford, for something. Anyway, Jeff did not agree with it.
There was a lot of congestion as several cars tried to come out of the pits.
And we see Todd Bodine pull up in front of the Steve Grissom car. See the 29 car of Jeff Green almost runs Steve Grissom in the wall, and here comes Chad Little, and he's going to beat them all out, I think.
Of course, that was on the backstretch pits.
Which used to be the front stretch pits.
And as you exit that pits, it becomes very tight. Just ask Dick Brooks. Because I pinned him in the wall there one time exiting the pits.
Well, how rude of you,
I didn't mean
Parsons.
to.
All right, we'll get another commercial break here as we're under caution at Darlington Raceway.
How do NASCAR drivers relax after the race? They do a little fishing.
Good fishing hole.
Great fishing hole. You bet.
I wonder why nobody else is here.
Uh-oh. Fortunately, most drivers start with Excite NASCAR Select, the official battery of NASCAR, engineered to start high-compression engines that demand nearly twice the starting power of your car.
Hey, who took all the fish? He did. Whoa!
Excite NASCAR Select, because winter can be a real bear. Available at these stores.
Looking for luxury? Take the alternate route. I'm the Millennia by Mazda. Let's go for a drive. We'll drive a road less traveled, where the scenery's on the inside, and the only sound is your soundtrack. I'll hug the curves away. I'll fly over the rough spots. I'm one luxury car that won't get lost in traffic. Let's go for a drive.
Visit your Mazda dealer and lease the Millennia for just $349 a month.
these two trucks appear to be exactly the same, there is, however, one measurable difference. The brand of brake pads. Performance friction carbon metallic. The power to stop the best. Ask for them at AutoZone.
The NIT4 fight for glory in the Garden. First and 7, Minnesota's slashing swingman Sam Jacobson collides with Fresno State's lightning-quick guard Chris Herron. Then at 9, Jermaine Jones and the Dogs love to run, but the Nittany Lions plan to cage them in a half-court battle. NIT semifinals, Fresno State, Minnesota at 7, Georgia, Penn State at 9, Tuesday on ESPN.
We're back at Darlington Raceway, where the caution remains out because of the Greg Sachs crash. There is the remainder of the car. It happened a lap shy of the halfway mark. Lap 146. Coming down the backstretch, there's contact between Chad Little and Greg Sachs, and Sachs is hard into the backstretch wall.
They finally made it back to the garage area in the car. With the car, they're having trouble getting off the wrecker.
Yep.
I think if you just tilt that thing up enough, it'll fall off.
So we're going to have to run 5 green flag laps here to determine who wins the Gatorade halfway money of $10,000. Here comes a First Plus Financial Field summary for you as the lights remain on the pace car. Dale Jarrett, the current leader. Jeff Gordon second. Then Wallace, Benson, Burton, Martin, Labonte, Andretti, Earnhardt, and Mayfield. The top 10. 13 cars are on the lead lap.
Take a look at 16 through 30 here this afternoon. Musgrave, all these cars back to 24. Timmy Spitzer 1 lap down. Elliott a lap down. And then we got some cars 2 laps down.
And here's the balance of the field. They are 3 or more laps down. You can see Rick Mast is out of the race. And Jeff Bodine is back out there, but 94 laps down.
Okay, well, they're still under caution. Here we go again. Join us when we return to the Trans-South Financial 400.
Where's Rusty going today? 14th century, I think.
What'd you get? Italian Renaissance.
Nice. I hit 10 golf balls in the woods. My driver's in there too. My best drive all day long was to the drive-through.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Beauty, prepare to meet your beast. Excuse me, but if you dial 1-800-COLLECT...
It's 10 cents a minute every evening.
You know about 1-800-COLLECT's super low rates, too?
Of course I do, silly.
Do you believe in destiny? 1-800-COLLECT, 10 cents a minute every evening.
I like being in control. With this Dinerex, I control the cause of my dandruff every day.
Dinerex Advanced Formulas medicine doesn't just treat the symptoms. It controls a leading cause of dandruff called P.O. Valley.
Now that's serious control.
Dinerex Advanced Formula.
The Best Western in New York City is conveniently located right in the middle of everything. Best Western, across the street from Ordinary.
Yeah, Ted, let me put you on speaker. Hey, Netboy, tell my agent what you told me.
Well, if you access my Zone Games customized box score that compiles the player's net worth, you'll see that Mr. Salmon's RBIs put him well ahead of Sammy Sosa in fantasy baseball ranking, yet Sosa earns $5 million more.
What? Can you believe that?
Don't worry, Tim. I'll give Avasi on the blower.
Of course, Ted, it's just a fantasy baseball.
Shut up, net boy.
Look, I'm your agent, Tim. Let me take care of this. Shut up, net boy.
Just as you rejoin,
Green.
the green flag comes out. We are back to racing. Dale Jarrett leads Jeff Gordon and Rusty Wallace across the stripe. Johnny Benson back there in 4th position, and Jeff Burton is in 5th.
Boy, these restarts at this racetrack, as treacherous as it is, what a recipe for disaster.
Cars had a lap band and side by side. I did single out and hurry though in this racetrack.
That crash involving Greg Sachs happened on the 146th lap. However, Dale Jarrett did come down and complete the 147th lap, and so the halfway money has been awarded $10,000 to that team.
Ernie Irvin in the 36 car. Kenny Irwin in the 28 car.
Irvin and Irwin.
And then they're both trying, and Jeff Burton says, man, somebody let me by.
Yeah, he's really boxed in there right now. Burton has had the fastest car on the racetrack most of the day.
Mark Martin running back there in 6th position, and one driver who is not here this weekend is still at home recuperating from injury suffered a couple of weekends ago at Atlanta. Is Steve Park, and we welcome him by telephone. Steve, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Bob. I've run Darlington twice before in the Busch Series, and this is definitely the most comfortable way to run Darlington. Is with your leg up from the armchair, but that's per doctor's orders.
Just a matter of resting now for a while. You're going to enter rehab soon?
They actually have me in rehab about an hour each day, and that's even including Sundays. So we got that out of the way this morning so we can sit back and watch a great race today.
What do you think about the race, Steve, so far?
It's been great, I'll tell you. Jeff Burton, he's looked real strong on the long runs, and Dale Jarrett's doing a great job right now, and it looks like the last adjustment they made on that car has made the car pretty dominant. But what about Jeff Gordon and those Rainbow Warriors? They haven't had one bad pit stop today, and that's put them guys up in 2nd spot and can maybe lead some laps later on today.
Steve, this is Ned Jarrett. We certainly wish you well. Wish you were here, but look forward to having you back soon.
Well, thanks, Ned. And I really miss it. This is probably one of the hardest things I've gone through, and knowing there's a race going on Sunday at Darlington, and having to sit back on the couch and watch it makes it a little bit harder. But you guys are doing a great job, and I just want to thank all the fans and everybody else for all their support.
Steve, one guy we haven't talked a great deal about yet, but somebody who's running real well is that guy there on the left of your screen, Kenny Wallace. He's up there in 9th position and staying right with him.
Yeah, Kenny's done a great job all day. He's been kind of like a self-bomber. You haven't heard much about him, but he's been creeping up on everybody all day long. And what about Johnny Benson? He's a guy that you heard from Steve Meal. They thought they had a great race car, and now he's up there in the top 5 running real well. So I think it's going to unfold to be a great race towards the end.
Jeremy Mayfield dropped way back in the standings there for a while, but now he's up there battling again.
Yeah, he is, and he's having a good battle with Kenny right now, and he's another guy that had a bad qualifying run and has come from the back of the pack and has made a lot of progress all day long. So I think you're going to see a real surprise at the end at who it comes down to really battle out for the win.
Little contact there, looked like, between Mayfield and Wallace.
Watch this, Steve Park doing a great analyzing job back there on the telephone. You guys need us, Benny.
Caution, there's some debris. Oh, they got a spin. And Ernie back across the racetrack. So far, everybody's missed him.
Clear. Got one on the outside.
Everybody will miss him. Wow.
Caution is out.
That was close.
That was close. I would guess when the caution flag came out that Ernie backed off and somebody behind him didn't.
So as a 4th caution of the afternoon comes on lap 164.
Man, I have no idea. I mean, it's like when we first put them tires on, it seemed like it was going to be all right. And then when I ran around for a lap under, after we had put a lap on them, then it's terrible.
10-4. Maybe it's just because they got rubber built up on them, and they sat there and cooled back down. Maybe they just go all to hell. So
What do you think they're talking about, there, Ernie and Ryan Pemberton?
Pit road is open next time I will pit. He's made a good comment where they don't really know where the inconsistency in the tires are coming from, and I think you saw yesterday after the Busch race with the amount of rubber that gets built up, not only on the outside of the racetrack, which you can see in the corner there, but also on the inside. And I think if you get out of the racing groove and get some of that, the marbles or quote-unquote marbles built up on the tires, that you might think you have a good cool tire to start and to restart, but really have to really hang on the car down into turn one, and I think that's where Ernie got into trouble.
And once again, after 6 laps of green flag racing, they're going to spend another $1,500 to get 4 more tires.
45 miles an hour is the speed limit. Bill Weber, Jeff Gordon, the first to flank off.
And they're going to make a 4-tire change here and put fuel in, but they want to look very closely at the left front because they think Gordon might have hit some debris. It looks fine from here. They come around to the left side. They already have the rights on. The car looks fine. Should be 4 tires, a clean grill, a clean windshield, and fuel for Jeff Gordon. He's down. Here's Jerry.
Dale Jarrett in for what could be the stop that will set him up for one final pit stop. They wanted to come back in. This crew wants to beat the 99. They have been battling all day. The last 2 pit stops, they have beaten 99. Here is Jeff Gordon by, and Jeff Burton will beat the 88 out nearly into the side of Rusty Wallace as they head back to turn 1. Let's go to John Kernan.
And on the backstretch, Terry Labonte will be entering his pit momentarily. But hey, check out on the racetrack the number 12 of Jeremy Mayfield. He has stayed out, so he will take over the race lead. A little bit of strategy right there. Only a few laps on those tires. Decide to stay out. We'll have to see how that plays out for that team. Labonte's crew making no adjustment. His crew chief Andy Graves said they've only made a few small adjustments all day. The car is running really well. They've just been backed up in track position. Now the work is finished. Terry will be down and away.
Well, these pit stops are occurring under caution. And the reason we had the caution was, first of all, debris on the racetrack, but then we had a problem with Ernie Irvin up in the first and second turns.
And we don't have any idea why he spun. I guess he as he told Ryan, he said, I have no idea. Maybe I got in the high or got low or got some debris on the tires, and the car goes around. And it's very fortunate that we were on the caution flag because I think some of the cars had slowed down. Right along with Jerry Nader, we'll see if we can see what happened. Goes down in the corner.
It's out. Okay. Step high. Step high.
Oh! He slowed down. Ricky Rudd hit him.
From another angle, you see that Ernie was way up high on the racetrack. When he spun to the inside, we all held our breath because the car shot up high on the racetrack, but fortunately, everybody was able to miss Ernie. The leader of the race is Jeremy Mayfield, who did not pit under this caution period, but he has fought his way back to the front after being way back in the standings. 165 laps completed.
The credit card companies have made it extremely easy for all of us to get in debt. The good news is that interest rates are at an all-time low, and you don't even need any equity in your home to get out of the debt. All you have to do is just give me a call. I can help you.
They call Paul Clemens the crunch man because he's the best at getting people out of debt. Whether you want to get out of a crunch or save a bunch, you'll be glad you called. No more excuses, no better time. Call now.
Drink it.
Snack it. Pump it. Century makes it easy to get in, get what you want, and get going. Make Century your one stop for deals like this.
Your best beer buys are at Century, including Busch and Busch Light in the big 12-pack and 12-ounce cans for a low, low $4.99.
Fill up your tank with quality gasoline at Century. Most Centuries have Citgo gasoline.
For your engine's protection and performance, there's only one name that counts, Citgo.
For gas, food, and drinks, it's Century.
I'm the coach. This is the NCAA tournament. Double snap! Double snap! The pressure of the tournament is intense. Red! Hands up! Kill it! Back off! Back off! tournament for you.
Regional finals tomorrow at 5, 7:30, 9:30, and midnight on ESPN.
It's good to know that in an era of superstars, big corporate sponsorships, and network TV deals, there's an organization that also cares about fairness and sportsmanship, that realizes its fans are the sole reason for its success, and knows it should never go so fast that it can't slow down if there's a good enough reason. This is NASCAR, and this is the way we've done things for 50 years.
Just before we go green, we take a look at this magnificent facility here at Darlington from the Pennzoil Copter Cam, the egg-shaped racetrack known as the track too tough to tame, Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. Field has been given the one more to go signal. They're over in corner number 2, and next time around, they'll be getting that green flag. Now, there's more on the halfway money. Here's Jerry.
Well, Bob, you mentioned that Dale Jarrett had won the halfway money on lap 147. That's $10,000. He and Robert Yates, his car owner, have talked it over and agreed they are going to donate the money to the Tim Flock Fund. Tim Flock, of course, one of NASCAR's pioneers who is battling cancer right now. And a number of the drivers, including Darrell Waltrip, who wanted to run Tim's number 300 here and has the Tim Flock special on the side of his Chevrolet, trying to be able to develop some interest here to help Tim defray what have become very, very expensive hospital and medical bills while he battles cancer. So Dale Jarrett, 10 grand from the halfway being donated to Tim Flock. Let's check in with Bill Weber.
Jeff Gordon beat everybody off the front stretch. He called back to his crew. You guys are awesome. That's a great stop. You just got us 5 points. Then he got to the back stretch and saw Jeremy Mayfield didn't pit. So now Jeff's going to try and get his 5 points on this restart. With more, here's Kernan.
That's right. By staying out, Mayfield, who's second in the points, gets 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Crew chief Paul Andrews says, hey, it's only 7 green flag laps on that set of tires. He also says we don't expect to stay up front that long, but thanks, because this car runs well on the long runs, that they'll be able to hang in the top 5.
Boy, he might stay up there a good while. Jeff Gordon got caught in traffic. Rusty Wallace got by him, but Mayfield was able to get himself a 3-minute lead there, and I think that was smart on Paul Andrews and Jeremy Mayfield's part to stay out there, get them that 5 bonus points, and get that track position.
Jeremy is our 5th leader of the day. Jeff Burton has led 112 laps. Jarrett 48, Mayfield 5, Martin 3, and Bill Elliott has led 1. We have had 10 lead changes.
Here comes trouble, though. Jeff Burton, that 99 car, as you said, has led so many laps, is very, very quick. He has 4 fresh tires.
Steve, the number 1 Pennzoil car didn't make the race with Ron Hornaday driving it this weekend. What are the plans for the future regarding that? Do you know?
Oh, right now, you know, we were real happy to have Ron try to get the car in the race this weekend, and he had a problem with a sticker tire run and banged up the primary car and had to go to a backup car and didn't make the show. But we're real thankful for Ron and his whole family for helping us out there. And Ron's going to also try to qualify the car at Bristol. He won the race there last year in the truck, and I think he has a lot more confidence racing there before to try to go there and run the Winston Cup race.
Kenny Irwin, the 28 car, trying to stay out in front of the 99. He feels like if he can stay there, they'll catch the 12, and he can get that lap back. But here comes the 99. Jeff Burton down to the inside. A great run off that second corner from right by Kenny Irwin.
Irwin is the lap down. He's the last car, or the first car that's 1 lap down. He's in 14th position.
Well, Steve, we thank you for joining us, and we hope that you're back in competition very, very soon. But for the moment, just relax and try to heal up, huh?
Well, thanks, Bob, and thanks, Benny. And you know, we're looking forward to getting to feeling good enough that we could at least get back to the racetrack and see some of my old friends and some of you guys again, which will hopefully be in the next couple of weeks. But thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it.
Okay,
good luck to you, man.
Best of luck. All right, Steve Park on the mend at home. There is Michael Waltrip leading this group of cars down through the corner. Michael is in 16th position, a lap down. Right behind him is Sterling Marlin. That's a battle for position.
Those cars are battling for the 16th position, one lap down. Meanwhile, right behind them is Dale Jarrett, who is currently the 5th place car. There he is. And Mark Martin, our pole sitter, right behind the Valvoline Ford.
And Johnny Benson right behind Mark Martin.
So they're 5, 6, and 7.
On board with Mark Martin. He was the pole sitter today. And look at the 99 closing in on Wallace in second spot. Boy, Burton's got a good car, doesn't he?
He does have. He's had a great car all day.
Jeff Burton had a great car here last fall. Remember that great battle between him?
Yeah.
Jeff Gordon at the end of the Southern 500. You see our Napa Field summary. Check it out where your favorite driver would be running. Also on the right side, the points as of now.
Elliott would be in 3rd position, Gordon 4th, while the teammates Rusty Wallace and Jeremy Mayfield would hang on to 1st and 2nd. And here is Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett battling for 5th, and right behind him is Johnny Benson.
Well, what happened, Jarrett got under Sterling Marlin coming off the turn 2 over there and had to back off. He almost spun it out, and Mark got a good run and got the side of it. Not able to pull off the pass.
And still Ford and Chevy remain tied in the manufacturers battle as of right now, and the rookie points remain the same, with Kenny Irwin about 20 ahead of both Nadeau and LePage. And of course, we just talked to Steve Park on the phone, who's back home recuperating. There's how they're running. Kenny Irwin in 14th, the best of the rookies at this point. Now we watch this battle for 2nd position between Burton and Wallace.
Going into turn 1.
Meanwhile, Mark Martin and Johnny Benson running together, 6th and 7th. And Benson taking a look to the inside. There is Irwin. Ned said he is slowed down.
Must have a flat, Bob.
Yep. Dropped off the pace coming down the front stretch here, and now he's over in turn number 4, headed toward the pits.
He was running in 14th position.
And really was doing a great job today.
This will be costly for him.
Look at this. They've closed it up, and it's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Let's see who comes out with the lead as Rusty looks to the inside of Mayfield, and a little bumping there between Burton and Wallace, as it looks like both of them are going to go around Mayfield, who has the older tires.
And look at Jeff Burton just down to the inside of Rusty Wallace and take the lead. Wow, what a power move by Burton.
Down to Jerry Punch.
A flat right side tire. That's been the undoing of Kenny Irwin, the impressive rookie driver. Right side, now left side tire going on. They were talking about needing a pry bar as he nearly stalls it, leaving the pits. Finally gets it back in gear and pulls away, but that will cost him even more time under the green on the racetrack.
Indeed, Irwin now down 2 laps as the battle on the racetrack continues, but now Burton begins to inch ahead of Rusty and Jeremy.
Did Rusty lead that lap when he was making that pass?
Yes, we have him leading 1 lap.
That was his first time he'd led today, but he did get those 5 bonus points.
And back there's the 4th place car, Jim Gordon. And the 16 car, Fred Musgrave, is in fact a lap down. He's 14th, the first car a lap down. Right behind Jeff Gordon.
Ned, he did not lead a lap. It was on my board here shown as a lap leader, but it has since been removed, so Rusty did not pick up those 5 points. And you're right, that's very, very important, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And Kenny Irwin comes back back down pit road. Jarrett, what's the problem now?
They thought when he pitted a moment ago that he had a flat tire, but when he started to leave the pits, he had trouble getting the car to move, and now the crew, Slugger, Labby, and company have told him, bring it to the garage area, bring it around behind the wall. They've either broken an axle or possibly something in the rear end, possibly a ratchet in the rear end. He brings the car back behind the wall, and they will bring it to a stop. They will put the jack under, jack it up, put jack stands, and see if it is an axle or possibly a ratchet, but a tough break for an impressive rookie driver after having a pretty good run here through most of the afternoon.
You can see one of the quality care, Dale Jarrett's crew over there working on them, so they intermingle the crew members wherever they might need them.
Yep. Jeff Burton has the lead by just about a second over Rusty Wallace as 184 of the 293 laps have been completed. Wallace second, Jeremy Mayfield shown as third, Jeff Gordon fourth, and Dale Jarrett is fifth.
Finally, after 49 years, you now have a soft drink that not only refreshes your thirst, it refreshes your sport. Drink accordingly.
We asked professional race car driver Scott Pruitt to test our Firehawk SH30 high-performance tires with Unit T. Unit T, the ultimate tire technology we've spent years perfecting. In fact, when it comes to designing performance tires for wet cornering, we've been around the block. The Firestone Firehawk SH30 with Unit T. Get a grip on wet cornering. And get a Microsoft Racing game when you buy a set of 4 Firehawk SH30 or SC50 high-performance tires.
There are hundreds of lawnmowers to choose from, with a broad range of quality features designed to meet your needs. But the ones that have the edge to do the job right have one feature in common: a powerful, high-performance Briggs & Stratton engine. Make sure your lawnmower is powered by Briggs & Stratton, the power in power equipment.
When I'm out on the bay, I'm in my element. That's what I live for.
It's kind of like this flame inside of you. It just doesn't quit.
The environment treats everybody the same way. And if you're not prepared for it, it can be miserable. If you get cold, wet feet, it's time to go home. Get the hell out of there.
Amen, bro.
You have to have the equipment to match the environment.
Wolverine DuraShocks, the world's most comfortable boots, guaranteed.
I'm wearing Wolverine boots.
Wolverine, boots and shoes since 1883.
We think NBA Shootout 98 is the closest thing to actually playing in the NBA. And to prove it, we hooked up with Vin Baker.
Oh, dog! I'll fight you, baby!
Oh, but you got somebody on your tail, don't you? Oh, look at me. It's still me.
Pressure's on, Big Daddy.
From 3-point downtown, and it's good! Yeah! I beat Vin Baker! Bow to the king! I think you really like the game.
PlayStation.
ESPN continues to salute NASCAR on its 50th anniversary. We present some special programming, one coming up at the conclusion of this race. Great NASCAR rivalries, featuring the 3 closest battles for the championship, plus some head-to-head battles between Petty and Pearson, Allison and Petty, Wallace and Earnhardt, and even Jarrett versus Junior Johnson. Join us today at 4:30 Eastern Time for Racing Rivalries. Well, the Chevy and Ford rivalry being battled out on the racetrack, and the rivalry between Gordon and Jarrett also being fought out there as Jarrett has gone to 4th place.
Both of them got, on the restart, got caught behind some lap traffic and really dropped far behind the leaders and are playing catch-up now. Jarrett was about 3 seconds behind Gordon, but now has been able to run him down and pass him, but he's still about 6 seconds behind the leader.
Jerry Punch has a report on the Kenny Irwin car.
Well, they have diagnosed the problem, guys, and they're working feverishly to try to be able to get this thing out, but now they have the right rear axle out, and it has literally come apart. It is chewed off on the right side. Let me use the vice grips here and try to hold it together. I'll get it over to our camera here, Corky, so we can stay away from where they're working. That is the right rear axle. This is the outside part of the right rear axle. You see where it is sheared away there, and that was indeed the problem. They're going to replace the axle. That was the reason that Kenny Irwin thought he had a tire going down. He only had one wheel pulling coming through the corners. It will replace the right rear axle. That's what Ray Fox and the crew are doing right there at the right rear of the car, trying to get it back out. In fact, they already have the axle replaced. They are putting the brake hub assembly back in place and should have him, that Slugger Labby, the crew chief, under the car on his stomach, trying to make sure they're checking the rear end and make sure they get the axle seated well, and should be able to get him back out probably in the next 10 minutes or so.
Hey, Doc, why are you holding that with the vice grips?
Because it's hot, Bob.
You can see the steam coming off of it.
He's a doctor. He knows about that stuff.
I picked one up, and that was one too many.
Back on the racetrack, Jeff Burton continues to rack up the laps led, now up to 125.
I'll tell you what, if we pan that camera back a little bit, you're going to see Jeremy Mayfield is not that far behind him. And he's out there with tires with about 5 or 6 more laps on than Jeff Burton. It looks like they have found the handle on that well. Look at he's going up there. He found that high group.
Yeah.
When he saw Jeff Burton go by and saw that line he was running, he started running that line, and we can see just how much he's picked up.
And same thing applied to Dale Jarrett. He moved up there as well, and he caught Jeff Gordon. Gordon was running down low. Now Gordon has picked up that high line coming through there, and he's staying right with Jarrett.
We see here Dale Earnhardt and Terry Labonte talking about rivalries. Here's one, and they're battling for the 11th position at the moment. And right there also is the 18 car of Bobby Labonte. 11th, 12th, and 13th.
The last 3 cars on the lead lap. They're running about 15, almost 16 seconds behind the lead.
Earnhardt has won 9 times at this facility. He has led no laps today. However, if he were able to pull off a win today and capture his 10th victory, he would tie David Pearson for most wins at Darlington. They're the last lap speeds up in the upper left box for you.
You see Jeremy Mayfield almost, what was that, 3/4 mile per half mile per hour faster than the leader, Jeff Burton.
Rusty Wallace was the slowest of those top 5 cars. His car is not getting through the corners as well as he would like for it to right now, but he's still hanging on to 3rd place. He'll have to make one more pit stop before this is over.
See Bobby Labonte there, the Interstate Batteries Pontiac, running back in the 13th spot. Darlington, 10 races he's been here. No victories, 2 top 5s in the last 5, and 5 top 10s in the last 5 races. You can see just how important that experience is here at Darlington.
He, too, has begun to figure out how to run this place. Traffic up ahead of him, and boy, he came off that corner high. There's Randy LaJoy being passed by. He spun and caused one of the caution periods earlier.
Now Terry goes a little bit high. Bobby had a notion, but said no, now's not the time.
Kenny Irwin has completed the work of his car, and he's back in competition. He is 19 laps down in 39th spot. Just 2 cars out of the race, Greg Sachs and Rick Mast. Jeff Burton leads. His advantage is about 2 seconds over Jeremy Mayfield. They're the number 1 car.
And you see 18 seconds in front of Bobby Labonte back in 13th spot, the last car, as I said, on the lead lap.
Dale Jarrett has moved around the car number 2 of Rusty Wallace, and I mentioned a moment ago that Jeff Gordon was staying with Jarrett. He's dropping back. Mark Martin has passed him, and Rusty still struggling a little bit in the corners.
Bill Weber has more on Rusty Wallace.
Oh, you're right, Ned. He's definitely struggling. Before this race began, we talked about the experienced leadership that's helped Rusty in the first 4 races this year. Roger Penske is here on top of the press box, helping spot for Rusty. Both Penske and crew chief Robin Pemberton have told Rusty, race your line and the track, not necessarily the field. The problem with Rusty running his line right now, his car is very, very loose. That's not exactly how he put it, but this is a family show. In fact, the best Wallace on the racetrack right now is younger brother Kenny. He had a terrible qualifying run on Friday, and he blamed that on ESPN 2 because he was sitting in his hauler watching the qualifying show. He saw the line Bobby Labonte ran and had a great lap. He said, I'm going to run that line. He tried and couldn't do it, almost hit the wall. Saturday, he came back in second round, had a great lap. He not only was second round fastest, he had the second fastest time in the starting field today. Still, he had to start 26th. Their car's been great. They made an air pressure adjustment on the first stop. Newton Moore, his crew chief, says this is the best car they've ever had, ever, anywhere. They're just biding their time.
Wow, and he's trying to get his second top 10 finish. He finished 7th at Atlanta a couple of weeks ago. There is Jeff Gordon, and he slid all the way back to 6th.
And check this out, Ernie Irvin, who's clearly had some troubles. Ernie Irvin must have stopped and got some tires.
Clear.
He must have stopped and got tires just to be able to drive by. Okay.
Yep.
Well, Ted Musgrave, who went a lap down not too long ago, passed Gordon and ran off left, and Ted's a lap down.
Bill, is there a problem with the 24?
On this set of tires, they really haven't had a great run. When he first started out, he was loose anytime anybody got behind him, which you would expect. He was tight anytime he got behind somebody else. He was fine when he was running on his own. But right now, he's very, very loose. The Rainbow Warriors just began to scramble here along pit road. We could see Gordon forced to make a green flag stop.
He also has not picked up 5 points for leading a lap. He's been as low as 30th and as high as 2nd. Right now, Jeff Gordon about 12 seconds behind the leader of the race in 6th place. The leader of the race is Jeff Burton. We'll be back with more live coverage in a moment from Darlington.
Discover timeless styling that goes beyond fashion. Discover superior quality and attention to detail that's backed by more than mere words. Discover the finest cruiser that delivers an extraordinary experience unmatched by any other. Discover yourself on a Royal Star by Yamaha.
Synthetic motor oil. Even at 475 degrees, nothing outperforms Mobil 1.
No, I was into all that extreme stuff when I was your age. Just didn't have a fancy name for it. Plus, I never had a Subaru Outback Sport either.
Too bad, Uncle. This beauty's got a ton of cargo space. Full-time all-wheel drive, more horsepower than a RAV4. You never did that, I'll bet.
Sure we did. But, what's the rope for?
Outback Sport, part of the Outback family from Subaru.
Love lobster? Dive into Lobster Fest at Red Lobster with the lowest Lobster Fest prices in 6 years. Delicious appetizers like lobster pizza, mouth-watering double stuffed lobster, plus all your favorites. So come on, get cracking. You don't want to miss Lobster Fest at Red Lobster. Ends March 29th. And life on land is dry.
With new spark plugs, you get improved performance for a while. But only Bosch Platinum has a pure platinum center electrode that's heat fused. So Bosch Platinum reaches its self-cleaning temperature faster for full engine power and improved fuel efficiency over a longer performance life. Which means you'll replace a lot of other things before you change your Bosch Platinums. Bosch Platinum. the ultimate spark plug.
Following the leader, Jeff Burton, around this 1.3-mile racetrack at Darlington, South Carolina, from the Pennzoil Copter Cam. Jeff continues to lead here, about a 2.5-second lead now on Jeremy Mayfield. Tune in the Deuce today at 5 o'clock Eastern Time for the NHRA Pennzoil Nationals from Houston Raceway Park. The defending champions there, Joe Amato in Top Fuel, John Force in the Funny Cars, and Jim Yates in Pro Stock. And you'll see the Pro Stock trucks for the first time on the Deuce today at 5 o'clock, the National Hot Rod Association Pennzoil Nationals. Well, the story here today has basically been Jeff Burton and Dale Jarrett as far as leaders are concerned. The Bud race recap will show you that Burton has clinched the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. We've had 11 changes of the lead, 4 cautions for 26 laps. Here are those who have led a lap, just 5 drivers, and the 5 drivers all drive Fords. Now, out of race, just 2 cars, Greg Sachs and Rick Mast, both because of, or whether Greg Sachs because of a crash. We have had about 3 crashes today, but nothing of any consequence.
One of the top 10 cars is on pit road. They were John Andretti in the Richard Petty STP Pontiac, making what might be his last pit stop. Although he's got, what, about 80 laps to go? No, I don't think he can go that far. He'll have to make another pit stop.
Mark Martin is closing in on Rusty Wallace for 4th.
Yes, he is. He's now only about a quarter of a second behind Rusty Wallace and has been gaining each and every lap. So Rusty is struggling. We saw him up there not too far back. Now he's almost 9 seconds behind the leader, Jeff Burton.
Mark Martin won, of course, in Las Vegas earlier this year, recorded a victory here at Darlington of the Southern 500 in 1993. Here's the Hot Zone Tabasco telemetry.
170 mile per hour as Ernie over those fresh tires goes by him. He slows down to 124 mile per hour. Now they accelerate as the speed and RPM gains. Battle for position. Bobby Labonte goes by Earnhardt and moves him into 11th spot.
Earnhardt had a notion to try to go back by, but
just look. Remember, we used to watch those Busch races here, and Earnhardt always did that, it seemed like. There's a big triple going by Earnhardt as well.
Trickle back in 21st spot, 2 laps down to the leader.
Judy Donlater's not here today. He's home recuperating. Judy, hope you're feeling fine.
Check out the AutoZone on-track interval here. Looks like Rusty's going the wrong direction.
Boy, he sure is. All the speeds on Rusty Wallace over 32 seconds. Every one of them over 32 seconds. And Jeff Burton, 35, 31.5, 31.6, just 1 lap over the 32-second range.
And Mark Martin about to take the 4th position away.
Martin goes to 4th, and Rusty drops back to 5th spot. While we're saying hello and get well, we wish some happy birthdays. Your mom's having a birthday today?
My mom's birthday.
Whoa.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah, David Leahy is the father of our TD. Dennis is having a 70th birthday today, and Jimmy Maycar will be 42 this coming Wednesday. We showed you the on-track AutoZone interval report. Rusty was slipping away, but Mayfield is catching Burton.
But the last lap, Mayfield was a little bit faster, but you see down on the graphic down there, he is definitely catching.
By about a half second, he closed the interval from laps 212 to 216, and he's doing this on tires that, as we have documented, are about 7 laps older, John Kernan.
And Bob, even with those tires that have been out there to wear for 7 green flag laps, the last time they dropped the green flag, at the start of this run, Mayfield was up front. His car was tight. Finally, after running about 15 to 20 laps, and he moved up a groove. The car loosened up. It's a lot freer, and it's perfect right now. What this team is hoping for, because it's pitting on the backstretch, is for the race to go the rest of the way without a caution. They will pit probably in 6 to 11 laps to take 4 tires for what will be their final pit stop if it stays green. They're confident down here they can have another good pit stop. They think that they can get this young driver his first Winston Cup victory, and man, wouldn't that be something to come here at Darlington?
It sure would. Jeremy started in 37th position, pits on the backstretch, but still has had a magnificent run here this afternoon. Second place right now, about 2 1/3 seconds behind the leader, Jeff Burton. So we will be standing by for those pit stops when they occur. We'll take another break right now and be back live in a moment to Darlington.
Frank, I'm thinking about moving to another swamp.
Oh, really?
I'm just not comfortable living in a swamp where assassination attempts are taking place. Every loon with a vendetta, every snake with a sinus headache frightens me.
Hey, snap out of it, Louis. Everybody knows it was you.
Oh, Frank, I had no motive. I love Budweiser, and I love the frogs.
Oh, yeah, you're good buddies. I forgot.
Excuse me, if you would remember last summer, I invited them to that barbecue.
Yeah, well, Louis, you wanted to cook them at that barbecue.
But at least I invited them.
Oh.
You wouldn't have invited them at all.
When you're looking for the place with the best for your car, when it's quality and service you need.
When Ernie Irvin needs a top-quality replacement part, he knows who to call.
Professional installers trust the Federated Auto Parts Pros.
Get to the motivated, celebrated, Federated Auto Parts.
Trust the Federated Auto Parts Pros.
Federated, gold-plated.
Federated.
Federated Auto Parts. Federated.
Man, this gray hair makes me look old.
Then do what I did. Get rid of it.
You were gray? I never knew that.
No one can tell you use the remarkable hair coloring called Just for Men. Simply shampoo in, then rinse. In only 5 minutes, this unique Just for Men formula blends away the gray, actually matches your gray to your real color.
Even I can't tell what used to be gray. Thanks.
Just for Men. Looks so natural, even friends can't tell.
How easy is it to win the Take a Shot at the Final Four giveaway? Let's just say anyone can score.
Who did you expect? Shaquille O'Neal?
Buy a medium or larger drink at Taco Bell, and you have a 1 in 4 chance of winning one of millions of prizes, like a trip to the Final Four or $250,000 in cash. Plus, when you buy an NCAA color change cup, you can get a Mexican pizza for just 99 cents.
If your bills are adding up instead of letting up, about 20 minutes is all it takes to turn things around. Call Ames Home Loan. We'll work with you to get the money you want. Good credit or not, we can probably consolidate your bills and lower your overall monthly payments by 50% or more. Even get you extra cash. So call Ames at 1-800-326-2626 and cut your monthly bills in half.
ESPN Speed World continues its live coverage of the Trans-South Financial 400 from Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. Jeff Burton, the leader. Fire up your laptops. Now you can really drive on the information superhighway at www.nascar.com with all the information regarding news and injury updates and the latest statistics on all the NASCAR divisions at www.nascar.com.
There's a battle for position. The 18 car trying to get by Ward Burton. That would be up to 8th spot. The leader's in, Jerry Punch.
And they wanted to be able to stay out about 4 or 5 more laps, but Jeff Burton had been complaining for the last 15 laps that he had something in the car that felt funny. He said, I think I've got a tire problem. I don't think we can risk it. They decided to call him in 5 laps early. This, however, will be their final pit stop on lap 227. 66 laps to go to the finish at lap 293. They peel off the windshield film. They will change right side and left side tires. They have made an air pressure adjustment in the right rear to fine-tune the car. And this crew wants to make sure to take a very, very close look at the tires that come off to see if they can determine what the problem is. He is down and away. Mayfield is in front of John Curtis.
Here
Jeremy running in second place. They want to have a quick stop. No adjustments. However, I did see one of the tiremen making some air pressure adjustments. No chassis adjustments. There go the lug nuts on. They are tight. And Jeremy is down and away in a great pit stop, but let's see where Burton is out on the racetrack. See if Jeremy can beat him out there and take over the lead.
Tommy Labonte is in for a stop. The crew completing the work. He's out in 17.8 seconds. A good pit stop. Jerry.
Left side tires for Dale Jarrett. They made a major adjustment on the track bar on the left side. He is down and away. Mark Martin also in further up pit road. They have changed right and left side tires on our pole center, the Valvoline Ford. These all are final pit stops unless we have a caution. Final pit stop for the day. Let's check into the Rusty Wallace pit.
45 miles an hour down pit road. Final time for Rusty Wallace. If we stay green, like everybody else, we'll get 4 sticker Goodyear tires and fuel. They tear away the windshield screen, so Rusty has a good view of these final laps. They've taken 1 pound of air out of each of the right rear tires. Fuel going in. The jack underneath the left side, it goes up. The left side tires are off. Now they'll tighten the lug nuts. They've had good stops all day. Rusty is on his way in 18.7 seconds.
Johnny Benson also rolling out of the pit, so as cars on the backstretch. Ward Burton now getting the service completed, and he begins to roll away. There's Michael Waltrip pulling out of the pits. All this on the 229th lap of the race. Ward Burton rolling back into competition.
And Jeremy Mayfield did. His brother is the leader, Jeff Burton, but he's got company right on his bumper. The car number 12 did pick up some time on Jeremy Mayfield, so they're running right together on the racetrack.
And Jeremy Mayfield got a tough break as Ward Burton's coming back on the racetrack. He dove under the 4-car Bobby Hamilton to put him a lap down, and the 22 car was there. He had to back off the gasoline. Now he has his momentum going, trying his best to catch Jeff Burton.
He was right on his bumper right after they came out of the pits, but you don't take much when you get behind the car. Just like you can lose a second. Real easy.
So Jeremy Mayfield now begins to close in on the leader of the race, Jeff Burton, who has, for the most part, dominated this afternoon. And the final few laps of this race may be set up as a great battle. More live coverage of the Trans-South Financial 400 in just a moment from Darlington, South Carolina.
ESPN Video presents NASCAR 1997 Year in Review. Relive the best of the 1997 NASCAR Winston Cup season.
This is racing here.
Get a behind-the-wheel look at the 3-horse battle between Jeff Gordon, Dale Jarrett, and Mark Martin. Plus other behind-the-scenes action for the best in NASCAR racing.
They know who's got the baddest car here today.
To order yours for just $14.99, call 1-800-717-ESPN. NASCAR 1997 Year in Review from ESPN Video.
If you really want to make the insurance companies choke, hire real attorneys, not actors. I'm Mike Joins from law firm of Joins McCarry. At Joins McCarry, we're available 24 hours a day. We offer free consultations, and we'll even come to you.
If you're hurt, call Joins McCarry.
Who was that lawyer?
Remember,
there's the pass to Leitner. Puts it up.
react,
This is what the tournament is all about.
relive. Classic Madness, all March long on ESPN's Classic Sports Network. The greatest tournament games ever. If you don't get Classic Sports, don't go crazy. Call your cable operator or satellite provider today.
From its humble beginnings on the tracks of the Southeast, NASCAR racing has become the fastest growing sport in America. And this look back as NASCAR celebrates its 50th birthday is brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic. Always the real thing, always Coca-Cola. From the beginning, it's been one of the most intimidating tracks in all of motorsports, known as the track Too Tough to Tame. It's infamous for taking its toll on drivers and equipment. For their efforts, competitors are rewarded with the Darlington Stripe. But this grand old track has also been the place for many of racing's milestones. The track itself made history when it was built back in 1949. It was over 1 mile in length, giving NASCAR its first super speedway. Drivers first competed here in 1950. Some 75 cars lined up for the green. The great Fireball Roberts won the first convertible race held here in 1957. And it was here in the 1963 Southern 500 that Fireball claimed what was to be his final victory. A king was crowned at Darlington when the torch was passed from father to son in '67. Richard Petty notched his 55th victory, eclipsing the mark set by his father. 10 years later, it was time for a new generation of racers. Darrell Waltrip got his first ever win on a super speedway at Darlington. In 1985, Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, Bill Elliott won the Winston Million in the Southern 500. And just last year, Jeff Gordon became the second driver to capture the Winston Million and the latest in a long line to add his name to the record books at Darlington. And we'll continue with our programming surrounding NASCAR's 50th anniversary right after the conclusion of our race at 4:30. NASCAR Racing Rivalry, some of the best battles for the championship and head-to-head competition. And speaking of head-to-head competition, looks like Jeff Burton and Jeremy Mayfield have a pretty good thing going here.
Mayfield has caught him. Remember a little bit ago, he's a little over a second behind, but he is right there with him now.
And I would guess that Jeremy Mayfield, Paul Andrews, everyone connected to that team is right now just praying, please, no more caution flags. Because right now they've got about almost a 6-second lead on Dale Jarrett. And the last time, Jeremy Mayfield's car seemed to run better on the worn tires than did Burton's car.
Jeremy Mayfield has never won a NASCAR Winston Cup race. He has never finished second. His best result was in the Daytona 500 in Atlanta. He finished third earlier this year.
Look at me now. He dives under Burton. This is for the lead. Coming off 4.
They have him here. Nope, drops in behind Jeff. So Burton hangs on to the lead, but Mayfield is giving him a heck of a battle. Jerry?
We told you Jeff Burton had complained of something funny on the car before that last pit stop. They were concerned about right rear tire wear. We've seen no significant wear all day long, but this tire here is the right rear that came off of the 99 car. That shiny area right there, that is where the cords were beginning to show. This tire was on the car for 61 laps. To make it all the way to the checkered flag, they will have to run these tires 66 laps. That's probably why Jeff Burton right now may be cooling it a little bit, not wanting to wear out that right rear tire.
Wow. All right. Well, he goes to the inside of Michael Waltrip, and his hopes of finishing up front have gone away. He's now 2 laps down in 15th position, however.
Ricky Rudd watches as the battle for the lead. They got Andretti in front. Here comes Jeremy. He may have him.
Mayfield indeed will lead the lap.
How about that?
It's the second time this afternoon that Jeremy has led. Third time, I beg your pardon. Third time he has led, and the total number of laps led, 18.
And the other time that he led, he didn't make a pit stop, and everybody else did. He inherited the lead. This time he just went up there and drove into the lead.
Yes, he did.
John Andretti goes a lap down, the 11th spot. Now just 10 cars on the lead lap.
The Jerry Punch showed us the tires on that 99 car. John, what about the 12 car? How did they look? Will they last at the end of the race?
Hey, Benny, no problem. Still plenty of tread left on all 4 tires that Jeremy Mayfield had. In fact, I talked to Paul Andrews. I asked him, you know, are you going to be able to go the rest of the way on these tires without slipping and sliding? Too bad it did. He smiled. He said, no problem. In fact, their car just seems after the initial drop-off, it just stays fairly consistent. Instead of a continuing drop-off, after the initial drop-off, the car just runs the same lap time. So they have hit it on the setup. And you guys said earlier, they got their fingers crossed. They do not want to see a caution. They want this race to end under green. Let's go to Bill Weber. Jeremy's teammate, Rusty Wallace, right front tire off the Miller Ford. You can see the inside is worn away. Rusty had told his crew he was very, very loose. That was done in 65 laps. Rusty thinks he's going to be able to go the distance without any problems on the current set of tires because it's handling very, very well. We'll see.
He's in 7th place. We'll watch his hands to see. We can tell how well the car is handling.
You know, the drivers are complaining about loose in and pushing coming off. That's exactly what it looked like watching Rusty Wallace's hands. It looks like going in the corner. He turns, and then he goes back to the right just a little bit to catch it back in. Now as he starts off the corner on the throttle, he's got to keep turning that wheel to the left, keep snugging that wheel to the left because the car is just tight off the corner.
The 10th place car of Bobby Labonte just got lapped. 9 cars now on the lead lap, and in 9th position is Kenny Wallace. That's 1st and 2nd, right ahead of Bobby Labonte, with whom we are riding. There they are on the track, separated by less than a second. Jeremy Mayfield's 1998 season. Very, very impressive. Only one time. Oh, and we have a crash, and we do have a caution. That's not what Mayfield wanted. Randy LaJoy spins off 4. Is there a caution?
A rope lap up, though.
Oh, man, don't you know those guys are just throwing things? No, they did not.
Okay, we'll come in. We'll put us on 4 more tires.
Tough break for Jeremy Mayfield.
Here he is coming down to get the caution flag. Caution coming out on lap 250. Here's a replay of what happened up in turn number 4.
That's LaJoy right in front of it, right coming at you. I'm sorry, he's up higher. He's already wiggled. He's in the wall, and as he comes off the corner, he slides down the racetrack, now back up the racetrack. And look at Schrader go by on the outside.
And John Andretti couldn't see for a little bit, but he was getting slowed down and went by on the inside.
From LaJoy's on board.
Got a little bit too high, I believe. Maybe got his right wheels up in the loose stuff.
Turn 4, spin in turn 4. Caution.
There's some marbles up there at the top of the racetrack. Is what they call the small pieces of rubber that work off the tires, and I think he hit those and just lost it.
You know, we keep talking about the disadvantage on the back stretch pits. I don't think we're ever going to see a more classic example of exactly what we're talking about than right now, because Jeremy Mayfield is the leader, but he's pitting on the back stretch. Here comes Jeff Burton, the 2nd place car. He's pitting on the front stretch. Here comes the next car. Would be Dale Jarrett. He's pitting on the front. Now, they can't pass the pace car. You see, as the pace cars continue, they have to slow enough. They cannot pass the pace car. But now, as they get to the line, they can. Now, there's a speed limit on pit road of probably 45 miles per hour. The pace cars now have sped up. It's probably running 55, 60 miles per hour as these guys come down pit road at 45 miles per hour. Jerry?
Indeed, Benny, it is 45 miles an hour, 99, 88, and 24. 2 Fords and a Chevrolet. They will make an adjustment on the 99 car. They will go down on the track bar to tighten the car up. Let's go to Bill Weber on the Rusty Wallace.
Rusty's getting 4 tires. He said his car's very good. NASCAR warned every team about speeding on pit road. Back to the triple pits. Jerry.
Is down. So is the 99. So is the 88. But it'll be Burton and then Jarrett that way. 1-2 down pit road. As now here comes the 24 car behind the 2. Let's run the back pits and John Kernan.
And Jeremy Mayfield, the leader, just pulls into his pit stall. It'll be a 4-tire change, no adjustments. They did not want to see this caution period. Here come the guys who were pitting on the front stretch. We'll have to see if they can come around and beat Jeremy out. They haven't gone by yet. However, here when they go right now is Burton and Jerry go by. Here comes Gordon. Now Jeremy Mayfield is down and away. 19-second stop. He said that last set of tires was the best set they had all day. Paul Andrews told him, hey, the set we're putting on right now is just as good as those.
I think he lost 4 positions by being back there, Ned.
It looks that way. It looked like 4 cars did come by him before he got out onto the pits. That's really not that too bad. He made a good pit stop. But, boy, as you said, before they made the pit stop, that's a perfect example.
So the pit stops have been completed here. And now Jeremy Jeremy Mayfield will have a bit of a disadvantage here. We'll see if he can move up through the traffic and get the lead once again. Back in a moment to Darlington.
Our new cars are here. I'm on my way.
Once in a lifetime, something so special comes along that even the NASCAR champions race to get them.
I've been waiting for these.
Now you can collect the die-cast cars that these NASCAR champions collect. Racing Champions presents NASCAR's 50th Anniversary Collectible Gold Series.
Better get your hands on them
Before we get them all. Racing Champions NASCAR Gold and the new Signature Driver Series die-cast collectibles. Available at your favorite retailer.
It starts here. It starts here. It also starts here and here. And it all starts right here at Walmart, home of the EverStart battery. All the coal-cranking power your truck, car, boat, or more will ever need. Power you can count on when you need it most. And since it's at Walmart, you can also count on a good price. EverStart. The name says it all.
You don't need to buy performance tires to ride with a winner. Now you can get 4 FR360 radials, Firestone's most popular passenger tire, for just $99. All season, steel belted, great mileage from the new leader in Indy racing. The Firestone Winter Circle Tire Sale at 4 for $99. These tires are going fast.
ESPN Speed World today in Darlington, South Carolina for the Trans-South Financial 400, being brought to you by Racing Champions NASCAR Collectibles. Check out the latest die-cast cars at your favorite dealer today. And by EverStart Batteries and Walmart. It all starts here. RPM tonight will have the latest from Darlington here, the recap also from the Pep Boys IRL race out in Phoenix, the Duraloop 200, and the Pennzoil Nationals in the NHRA. That at 8 o'clock tonight over on ESPN2, RPM tonight. Our salute to the guys who are flying up above Darlington Raceway, who are carrying the Pennzoil copter cam. We thank you for the work and the overhead shots here today. Well, we're going to get the 1 to go signal. No, we're not. They're going at least one more lap, so we'll take a break. More from Darlington after these messages.
Sprint announces 300 minutes free. Another great reason to stay in touch.
Hello? Hey, honey, who's the character actor with the bald head? You know who I mean.
Sign up for Sprint Sense Long Distance now, and it doesn't matter what you talk about, because you'll get a great dime-a-minute rate and up to 300 minutes free.
This is great.
What, the movie?
No, talking to you this long for free.
Look, it's him.
Talk all you want and get 300 minutes free. Call now, 1-800-PIN-DROP.
Introducing the Sicilian pizza from Pizza Hut. This ain't no ordinary pizza. It's the most intense tasting pizza we've ever made. This ain't pin the tail on the donkey. This is hammer the tail on the donkey with a baseball bat. This is opening a gift from the Pyrotechnic Society. This is oregano, basil, and garlic rolled into a perfectly innocent looking crust and exploding in your face. This is the energized, kick in the teeth mother of all pizzas. The new Sicilian pizza from Pizza Hut for only $8.99. Can you handle it?
There's a world where I can go and tell my secrets too. In my room.
Behr Premium Plus paint. Durable, vibrant, perfect for your room. Whichever room that might be. Behr Premium Plus. The premium paint with a Home Depot price.
What a beautiful spring day has brought out a lot of race fans to Darlington Raceway to watch the Trans-South Financial 400. We're just about to go back to green here. The green will come out on lap 255. 204 complete.
38 laps to go. Jeff Burton takes him down into turn 1.
And I thought this was a close car. Jeremy Mayfield lost 4 spots. He in fact lost 5 because Mark Martin also beat him out of the pits.
Came out 6th, and boy, that's a lot of track position to give up. He was leading the race.
Let's check out the pit stop. Jeremy went from first to 6th position. Burton, Jeff moved up 1. Jarrett moved up 1. Gordon up 1. And Rusty Wallace up 3.
Rusty's had some great pit stops today. Captain RP11, Jeff Gordon.
The 18 car there in the middle of this pack is Bobby Labonte, and he is a lap down in 10th position. There we look back on Jeff Gordon, who's running 3rd.
Just one of those times that they've adjusted on that 24 all day and got it mechanically right. Got that balance right.
Just like Benny said that they had to do.
Everybody's figuring out what kind of line can I take? What will help my car last these last 35, 40 laps to this maximum?
Gordon slipped a little bit coming off the turn 2 that time. Rusty ran right up on him. He's really good down in turns 3 and 4. That goes a little high. Rusty's going to try to go under him. Couldn't do it.
That last lap about 162.4 miles an hour for the leader, Jeff Burton. Here comes a Napa field summary. Here the points as of right now. Gordon and Elliott, 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the point standings.
That's a point summary, not a field summary, rather a point summary, yes.
Or where the points are right at the moment, where they're running.
Rusty made that little run, but you can see he's dropping back now. He must have heated his tires up when he got up there to Gordon. Gordon's still sticking right in there in 3rd place. Boy, look how high he goes in that thing. Seems to be working for him. There are your front 4 cars. Burton, Jarrett, Gordon, and Rusty Wallace.
Jarrett just ahead of Jeff is the guy who ruined Jeff's perfect string here. He has won the last 5 races with the exception of this race last year that Dale Jarrett won.
You wonder about Jeremy Mayfield. He's still in 6th place where he came out of the pits. Mark Martin is 5th. Jeremy is going to be 3.47 seconds behind the leader.
See, Rusty Wallace running that very, very low line. As a matter of fact, cuts right across the apron coming off that corner.
You wonder if that, of course, he might be having to do that because of the way that his car is, but you think that it might make the car push a little bit coming off of that corner and heat that right front tire up.
Here's Jeremy trying to close in on Mark Martin, who is running 5th. These guys about 3.5 seconds behind the leader into the Tabasco hot zone. Telemetry from Mark Martin.
And we can see down in turns 1 and 2, the car only goes down to about 145 miles per hour. And down in 1 and 2, we'll see that it slows down probably 10, 15 miles per hour, more than that. 180 miles per hour down in turn 3. And he slows 130, 129 miles per hour. Jeremy, that high line, gets a great run off the corner. Here he goes.
Boy, he diamond off the corner, went high, dived down low, and he takes the spot from Mark Martin.
And Mark knew it and didn't fight him, didn't have any choice but just to let it go right off.
Now, last lap by Jeremy Mayfield, over 4 seconds behind the leader. Again, down 126, 127 miles per hour in turns 3 and 4. That's a small end of the egg if you wonder why it's so much slower in that corner than up in 1 and 2. And if you're confused with just what I said, this is an egg-shaped oval that we've talked about so many times.
People sitting at home, what's he talking about? He's talking about food again. I want to have some bacon and eggs.
Built that way on purpose.
Yep.
So they could dodge that fish pond down off the side of 3 and 4.
All right, up front, Dale Jarrett now within about 4 or 5 car lengths of Burton.
Well, his last speed lap was 161.1. Burton was 160.3. They're pulling away from Jeff Gordon now.
There's a third place car for DuPont Chevrolet, Jeff Gordon. A little bit more on turn 4 than the 99 car.
27 laps to go.
That time by, the first 2 cars at almost identical speeds.
Take a look now at the Fords. They're running first, second, fourth, fifth, and sixth. How are the Chevys doing in comparison? Well, Jeff Gordon has third. Terry Labonte is 8th. Earnhardt 12th. Marlin 16th. And Schrader 18th.
Jeff Dale Jarrett is there. Here he comes on the bottom. Can he get traction? No.
Just couldn't quite get the traction he needed coming off the turn. You have to check that thing down there, Denny, coming off of that corner and back in to get out from under. If you don't believe it, ask Jeff Bodine a little bit earlier in the race.
Boy, the attrition here has not been bad today. Just 3 cars shown out of the race. Jeff Bodine, Greg Sachs, and Rick Mast. Everybody else still out there running.
Now, Jeff Gordon, when they made the, Jarrett got it beside him, Burton on that last lap, Gordon was able to close in on him. He's not that far back now. He was over a second behind. Now he's only about 2/3 of a second behind.
There he is. Just watching what's going on ahead of him between Jarrett and Burton.
Last lap by, the front 2 cars a little over 158 miles per hour. Jeff Gordon over 159 miles per hour. So right now it looks like Jeff Burton is slowing down. He's holding Dale Jarrett up. But here comes Jarrett. He's not going to hold him up long. Jarrett's got to run. He's got the spot.
Should get him going into turn 1. Preferred line.
Dale Jarrett takes the lead here on lap 271, but Jeff Burton battles him back and retakes it in 2.
And here comes Dale Jarrett back off 4.
But look at Gordon. Here's Gordon right back in there.
A great car battle for the lead.
Jarrett, Burton goes up again. Jarrett looks again on the end. This time Burton's got a better run off the corner.
And Jeff hangs on to the lead. Wow, good racing.
Burton pulled that old Earnhardt trick. And Jarrett went in the turn after he took the lead, went in high. Burton was able to get down low and get right under it. And Jeff Gordon just sitting there looking, hey, you guys going to race that way. I want to keep that action. And actually, Rusty Wallace is catching them now that they're doing that racing up there.
Well, the last lap by, those guys ran 154 miles per hour. Jeremy Mayfield, 159 miles per hour.
Jeremy is back in 5th.
3.6 seconds behind the last time around.
Tell you what, as long as these guys race like this, Jeremy might catch them.
He could do it.
Jeff Burton, 8 races here at Darlington, 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s. Best Darlington finished second in the 97 Southern 500. Jarrett again has a run, looks to the inside. Nope, not this time.
As Ned said, you just can't come off that corner, turn under another car, and do it full throttle. You have to play with that throttle a little bit. And while he's playing with it, Jeff Burton is in the gas, but here comes Jarrett. No! Started to stick that nose in there. I said, better not do that.
That'd be a wreck. And Gordon loved him. He's able to stay right with them. And maybe he could anyway, but certainly that racing going on that they're doing up front there. Right here is where Burton is hurting. He's coming off the turn 4.
than 20 laps to go now. It could be any one of those three, or it could be Rusty Wallace or Jeremy Mayfield. It's wide open here in the closing laps. Stay with us.
Where does Napa keep over 200,000 different parts? Right up here. Now remember, your belt tension on this is critical. What kind of car is it? Well, I'll sell you all the struts you want, but I wouldn't recommend putting them in without the right tools. I'm sure we have it. Okay, is it a 77 or a 78? Because they changed the carburetor in 78. Actually, that's not a stupid question at all. I know what it used to be. You don't stay at Napa long handing out the wrong answers, and I'm not planning on going anywhere.
America running.
Gordon is way behind.
Stick a fork in Jeff. He's done.
What is he thinking? Holy baloo!
Ooh, that's gotta hurt. What could possess a man to drive like that? Oh. Gotcha.
He's making his move backward. Gordon wins.
We gotta get him a cup holder.
Pepsi, Generation Next. Introducing a whole new look for Pepsi. All new look, same great taste. Pepsi, Generation Next.
Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers, because nothing handles your hunger better.
Oh, hey, little man. You can run inside and tell somebody to get some... Hey!
Hungry? Why wait?
You can have the fastest legs or the strongest arms. But are you ready for a game where all that matters is the speed of your mind and the power of your imagination? We are. And we're waiting around the world to challenge you. The game's Magic the Gathering. And all you need to play is a brain, a deck, and a friend.
Closing laps of the Trans-South Financial 400 here at Darlington. We have a new leader and a new second-place car. Dale Jarrett has gone to the lead. Jeff Gordon has gone to second. And Jeff Burton is dropping back now a little bit. He's over a second behind. This is how Jarrett got the lead from Jeff.
This is down between 3 and 4. And all of a sudden, the 99 car just for some reason gets a little bit loose. When he does, he has to squeeze off the accelerator. And Jarrett dives to the inside. And here comes Jeff Gordon. And both those guys were able to get by.
And they pulled away. Burton has dropped back 1 7/10 seconds behind Jarrett.
Here's the Pennzoil copter cam shot. You can see Burton loose and giving up the lead to Dale Jarrett. And second place to Jeff Gordon. We got 12 laps to go.
You'll see the 18 car down on the bottom of the racetrack. Jerry Punch during the break told us that the engine is going sour on that car, and they're trying desperately to finish.
Here's Rusty Wallace, who's running fourth. About 3 seconds behind Dale Jarrett, and there is Jeremy Mayfield, who is fifth. Almost 5 seconds behind.
For a little bit, he closed it down to a little over 3 seconds behind Bob. It must have gotten some traffic and has dropped back to a little over 5 seconds now.
In any case, a great run for Jeremy Mayfield today, who has led 25 laps. Mark Martin is the driver who is running in 6th position at the moment, about 9.5 seconds behind. And his teammate, Johnny Benson, is running 7th. Good run for Johnny. Mark has been among the 6 leaders today.
And there's Terry Labonte right behind Benson, he's the 8th place car.
So that's 7th and 8th.
The other car in the lead lap is Kenny Wallace, the Square D Ford Taurus. He's currently running in 9th spot. And here goes Labonte.
Yep. taking the spot away from Johnny Benson. So put him in the 7th spot. And here is the last car on the lead lap. And boy, salute to Kenny Wallace, who's given her a great run today.
About 14 seconds behind, but he has stayed in the lead lap and just had a good run.
Grew to his 2nd straight top 10 finish.
Dale Earnhardt running in 11th spot. Behind Kenny Wallace, he's a lap down.
Now back up to the leaders. There is Jarrett. Last year, Jarrett won this race, finished 3rd in the Southern 500. Jeff Burton finished 4th in this race last year and 2nd in the Southern 500, which of course was won by Jeff Gordon.
Jarrett has started putting a little distance on Jeff Gordon.
Except the last lap, Danny, Gordon picked up about a 1/10 of a second on him. Jarrett was 9 300s. This time he was 8 300s. Now they're coming in on some traffic. See how that plays into it.
Brett Bodine, Jarrett's on time, but he caught him in the corner. That's here at Darlington. That's just a tough place to catch him.
Yeah, but Gordon's going to catch him in this next corner, which is a long corner.
Check the speeds at the line. Gordon fastest so far. Mayfield 3rd quick.
But the 11 car got out of the way. No problem for Jeff Gordon. The 4 car gets out of the way to go into the corner. No problem there either. They got some other cars that they're going to catch before this race is over. About 4 other cars up there in front of them. Gordon, I believe, has picked up a little bit more. Yeah, he's down to 51/100ths of a second now. He's picked up 3/10 in the last couple of laps.
And we have less than 6 laps to go. Mayfield was the fastest that lap, with Labonte 2nd and Rusty Wallace 3rd.
Couple cars running side by side in front of Jarrett now as they come off of turn 4.
Boy, Jeff Gordon goes high down in 3 and 4, right up against that wall.
But it's working for him. He gets a good run off of that corner. Now let's see how this traffic plays out. Dennis Spencer gets out of the way. No problem for either of the leaders.
Spencer now 3 laps down in 22nd.
Now the next car they'll catch will be Darrell Waltrip.
Darrell will go 5 laps down to the field in 31st position. And here's Rusty Wallace passing Jeff Burton. So Rusty goes to 3rd. Boy, that helps his points lead. Every position he can pick up counts.
Jerry Punch told us on that last pit stop that Jeff Burton and those guys made a chassis adjustment, and it looks like it did not help the 99 car. Might have in fact hurt it some.
Yeah, he's not running the lap speeds that he wanted.
And look at Gordon close in on Dale Jarrett here.
He's got that high line working coming off of that corner, and he gets a good run. He might be checking it out, so we want to get down into the last lap or 2, which we're getting pretty close to that now, Bob. He said that might be where I can make the pass.
You see the average speed of the race, a little over 127.5 miles an hour. Well, the 12 and the 99 swap position, so put Mayfield in 4th and Jeff Burton back in 5th. Meanwhile, here is Jeff Gordon continuing to close in on Dale Jarrett with less than 3 laps to go.
Yeah, but he couldn't get his high line that time because of the lap car, and that hurt him. Jarrett got by on the inside, which worked best for him, and that let him put a little bit of distance on him.
2 to go in the Trans-South Financial 400, and there's the interval between 1st and 2nd. A lot more breathing room for Dale Jarrett this lap than last lap. But another half to go before the checkered flag falls. They're heading toward the white flag here. Look at Jeff go up the banking and right against the wall. White flag is out. 1 lap to go in the Trans-South Financial 400. Jarrett and Gordon go for the win.
Kyle Petty is the slow car directly in front of him. Is Jarrett going to have to back up to try to catch the 44? Doesn't look like it.
Kyle gets out of the way. All right, watch it, Gordon. He got to run off that corner. He moves in. He'll go up high. No, he's going to try it down low.
He's going to go low for the first time. Here he is in turn 4. They touched there briefly, but Dale Jarrett is going to win the Trans-South Financial 400 by just a length or so over Jeff Gordon. second consecutive victory in this race. And his third consecutive top 5 here at the track. Too tough to tame. And Dale Jarrett also records the second Ford win of 1998. We'll be back to talk with him in a moment.
With pay-per-view, the hits come right into your home, hassle-free instantly. It's the easy way to treat friends and family to first-run fun. And everyone watches for one low price, making pay-per-view one of the best entertainment values around. Just pick the showing you want to see and follow the simple pay-per-view ordering instructions. Before you know it, you'll be enjoying the movie of your choice right in your home. Big hits, small price. There's nothing to it when you pay-per-view it.
For hot Hollywood hits, it's Cox Cable.
This safety tip brought to you by Virginia Power.
Either out of curiosity or in an attempt to amuse themselves, children can pull irons, toasters, or other dangerous appliances over on top of themselves. So buy appliances with cords only long enough to reach outlets. Don't let cords dangle, and keep high chairs away from areas where appliances are being used.
For more great tips and information, watch HGTV, Home and Garden Television.
This is joy. This is frustration. This is pride. This is humility. This is a sport that's about more than just winning or losing. In fact, it's a sport that's not so much about cars as it is about people. This is racing. This is NASCAR.
What's my prize? Simple. To create a sports magazine readers love. A magazine you can't put down. A magazine you take to the gym with you.
I want to feature on the next superstars. Bryant, Rodriguez, Stewart, Lindros. What makes them tick? How they handling the pressure? Do they think they can win the big one? And give me something on the NC, 2 ways. Who's going to the big dance?
Details, damn it. The reader wants details. And when someone says to me, it's impossible, it can't be done, I consider that my personal invitation to succeed.
Print it, baby!
It's been a tradition since 1876. Think about that. That's more than 120 years ago that this company started making Budweiser under Adolphus Busch. The family has always put in the forefront, protect the excellence of the product Budweiser. And I think he would be very happy that the generations of his family have practiced what he taught us.
The winner of the Trans-South Financial 400 for 1998 is Dale Jarrett. Here's our McDonald's Winner Circle interview, Dr. Jerry Punch.
And DJ here with the family, Natalie, Carson, that's Zachary, his son, and Kelly's already come in and give him a big kiss. DJ, as you give the family a big hug, your congratulations on a great effort.
Thanks, Jerry. Crew did a terrific job. I got to thank the sponsors, Ford Quality Care, Ford Credit, Coca-Cola, Fleetwood RVs, everybody that's put all of this together. We certainly appreciate their help and their efforts. I want to thank God for a safe race and for the abilities he gives this race team.
Last few laps, DJ, the 24 car kept getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, I wore my tires pretty good trying to get by Jeff Burton, and I thought if I could distance myself with Jeff in between Jeff Gordon and I'd be okay, but Gordon got by, and I used up a lot of car trying to get by the 99, and it was good fun racing, but you know, Gordon got under me coming out of 4 here, and we got together a little bit. I pretty much ran him out of racing room or out of racetrack, and you know, he just raced hard, and congratulate those guys for a good run, too.
You won the halfway money, and I heard you and Robert Yates talking about you're going to make a donation.
Yeah, we sure are. You know, one of the guys that helped put this sport where it is, that got it started, Tim Flock is not doing very well right now, and Darrell Waltrip had his car painted in memory of Tim Flock today, and we're in honor of him, and we're going to take the $10,000 that we won at halfway and give that to Tim Flock and his family, because all of you out there, if you've got any extra cash, this is a person that means a lot to this sport, means a lot to all of us around here, and if you could send a donation to him, we'd appreciate it.
Well said. A great tribute to a great man, and what a victory celebration. It is Natalie, his daughter's birthday, I think, yesterday, as he holds the family, Natalie, Carson, Kelly, and gives another big kiss to Dale Jarrett, the winner of the 42nd Annual Trans-South Financial 400. Let's go to Bill Weber.
Well, it has been a leisurely and very enjoyable walk down pit road for Todd Parrott. You successfully defended at Darlington.
That's pretty awesome, and to do it in the style we did it, you know, we had great pit stops all day, and then there toward the end we had one pit stop that got us behind, and it went green. The guys dug deep, and that last pit stop come out behind the 99 car. Awesome driver, Dale Jarrett, never give up all day, and them Rainbow Warriors, they kept digging all day long, kept that Chevrolet in contention, and finished right on our heels. So real happy. This is the oldest race car we have in our shop. It's the one that finished second at Rockingham every time in that last 2 years, and Davey Allison drove his car, so it's a pretty special win here.
Go enjoy Victory Lane.
Thank you.
Dale Jarrett drove it today to Victory Lane, successfully defending at Darlington. An emotional and exciting win for Robert Yates Racing.
It wasn't as an impressive win as it was a year ago. He led 171 laps last year, led 68 this year, but Jarrett has won once again. Lots more coming up from Darlington. Stick around with us.
Rusty, it's a woodchuck, and he's hurt. Rusty, it's up to you.
You know, I thought every deodorant worked the same. Until I tried longer-lasting, high endurance from Old Spice. Nothing stronger at stopping odor longer. If you do this, or this, you're gonna sweat. But high endurance will help you stop odor better than any other deodorant. It has a 24-hour formula that evaporates less quickly, so it lasts longer. Guaranteed. Or call 1-800-PROVE-IT, and they'll buy you a stick of yours. Take the challenge, because this is more than the best deodorant. It's the high endurance of deodorants. And give this Pure Sports scent a shot.
Shuffling papers all day long requires concentration. Someone hold my calls, I'm on a Big Mac vacation.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
You say you don't have time to fix that crack in your driveway? Now that you know about Quick Creek Crack Seal, looks like you'll need a better excuse.
fun playing characters that are impulsive and dramatic, because the real me is pretty basic. I'm even a little practical. Like a while back, I noticed I had some flakes. So naturally, I started using Head & Shoulders. Of course, it helps keep the flakes away. And if it leaves my hair looking like this, why mess with a good thing?
Head & Shoulders changes dandruff problems
into beautiful hair.
ESPN joins with NASCAR in celebrating in 1998 NASCAR's 50th anniversary. Special programming coming up at 4:30 Eastern Time at about 26 minutes from right now. NASCAR racing rivalries. Some of the best battles for the championship and head-to-head battles, such as between Petty and Pearson, Petty and Allison, Wallace and Earnhardt, and also Jarrett and Johnson and Junior Johnson and Curtis Turner. It's a great show at 4:30 Eastern Time. We saw a great battle here today in the closing laps between Jarrett and Gordon.
This is coming off turn 4 for the checkered flag. Almost in contact there, not quite. But Jeff Gordon will settle in second spot. He's with John Kernan.
Jeff, tell me about the last few laps trying to battle DJ to get the win here.
that was what you call desperate. You know, it was just great to be racing up towards the front again for a win, and all the guys on this DuPont Automotive Finishes Chevrolet today did an awesome job in the pits, and we made a major adjustment in that last caution that brought the car back to life. I'd gotten real loose, and you know, I didn't think I even had a prayer to get up there and race with DJ, but looked like some lap track helped a little bit. And some lap traffic didn't help, but then all of a sudden I got a good run going into the last turn, into turn 3, and I'd hoped he'd slide up, and he did, and I just gunned it and tried to get underneath him, but then I stayed in the gas, we would have both wrecked, so I chose wisely. I think Dale will say I chose wisely to get out of it.
Yeah, I think so, too. It's better to finish second than not finish at all. Jeff Gordon with a second-place finish to DJ. Let's go to Bill Weber.
With the Winston Cup points leader, Rusty Wallace, 5 top 5s for you in a great run today.
Yeah, thank you very much. Without a great crew, I couldn't do it. A bunch of fans pulling for us. It's been really good. The motors have been excellent. The car's been handling great. Pit stops have been good. And all we got to do is go home and just work on everything a little bit and try to make it a little better, and we can get it up on top. I told him 5 top 5s in a row now. Now it's time to win something. So I'm looking forward to Bristol next week.
And Darlington hasn't been one of your best tracks, but you truly cleared another hurdle here today.
Well, Darlington, the first race has always been real good for me, and the second race has been good. But the second race, I've crashed and blowed up and a bunch of good, bad things. I mean, to go in the record book. But I like Darlington. I tell you, I chased it all day long, though. I had good tires, different type of tires. I moved air pressure this way, air pressure that way. Had the car doing all kind of things, but at the end, it really paid off good. And to finish third feels good. To see Jeremy finish fourth feels great. And he's right there everywhere I go. So looks like we're going to have to be a shootout right to the end between him and I.
5 top 5s for Rusty Wallace. He's the leading winner this decade at Bristol. And that is the next hurdle.
Next Sunday afternoon. Here are the top 10 in points now. The top 3 stayed the same. Jeff Gordon gained 3 positions. Elliott lost 1. Labonte lost 1. Mark Martin gained 1. Jeff Burton gained 3 positions in the point standings. Bobby Labonte down 3. And Jarrett climbed 5 points in the top of these point standings right now and is 10th as we head to Bristol next Sunday. Back in just a moment.
Transmission is coming to you. You got it. You are go.
The all-new 1999 Mazda Miata.
We see the Earth now.
You got it. It's waiting.
As you may have read on the internet, in a national tasting of regular and ice beers, brewmasters and beer experts named Old Milwaukee the best tasting beer in America. And this just in, Old Milwaukee Light has won the gold medal for best tasting light beer, beating every other major light beer for taste. Judge for yourself. Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light, America's best tasting beers.
Hello! Is anybody out there? Finally.
I told you I smelled nuggets. Come on, everybody.
Gather around, Coach.
Wendy's 99-cent crispy chicken nuggets. Bite for bite, the best bet in chicken.
Do you have any barbecue sauce, Steve?
What? What's the matter, clown boy? You need to make a call, but you don't have the change. Cheer up, Spunky, there's a way. Just use 1-800-COLLECT. It's 10 cents a minute every evening. Saves a bundle of cash, you can talk longer, too. Go ahead, make some calls. That's great. Mimes, 1-800-COLLECT. 10 cents a minute every evening. They give us heroes. They give us hope. They let us laugh and cry and fall in love. Movies touch us as few things can.
Any technology that heightens the experience of watching movies at home makes life even more enjoyable.
DVD video from Philips Magnavox. Technology for the heart, the spirit, and the imagination.
The Victory Lane celebration continues here at Darlington. Dale Jarrett is your winner. Here are the unofficial results. The yellow arrows indicate the drivers who led at least one lap. Jeff Burton with the double yellow arrows. That indicates that he led the most laps here this afternoon. He led 195 of the 293. There's 16 through 30. Darrell Waltrip finishing in 30th position. Only 4 cars out of the race. That sets a record for the least number of DNFs. The previous record was 9 in 1997. Here's Jerry.
Well, Jeff Burton, we saw this act yesterday. You dominate the afternoon in the Busch race, and suddenly with 20 laps to go, someone slips by you and takes the win. I mean, 2 days in a row it's happened to you.
Well, it really has. Was disappointed yesterday, but way more disappointed today. As bad as the car went, you know, that's what's so disappointing. We were a little bit loose on the run before, and so we made an adjustment to the track bar, and then on that run, we got real loose. It's difficult when you're running well to make huge changes. You know, we pretty much dominated the race, and the car did everything we wanted it to do, and then so we made some little changes, kept making it better all day, and then it just, at the end, it just got real loose real quick. So took us out of contention to win. Got to look at the bright side. My XI guys did a great job and gave me a great race car, and they had better pit stops today. Didn't have perfect pit stops, but they had way better pit stops. I'm proud of them because they're doing a great job. We keep doing that, we'll win our races.
You pushed the tires to the limit. We showed you had pretty good tire wear all day, except for that next to last stop. You had a little bit of you said you felt something funny in the car. The tire right rear looked a little bit funny when it came off.
Well, you know, I think the harder you run, the more you abuse the tire. And again, we were a little bit loose for the next to last run. If you're loose, it works on the right rear. If you're tight, it works on the right front. We were better when we were tight. Even when I complained about being too tight, that's when we were our best. So we just got way too loose there at the end. But again, with the top 5 finish, we wanted to win. We want to win Darlington as bad as anywhere. But we got to look at our point deal. We're trying to win a championship as well as win races, and at least we got our consistency back, and that's what we need.
Go get them at Bristol. All right, Jeff Burton finishes 5th, and what a gentleman, always willing to stand and talk to us. What a frustrating afternoon. Believe me, folks, he is not a happy camper. He wanted this one in the worst way, but he said when Dale Jarrett pulled to the inside, he had no shot. He knew he couldn't hang with him. Bob?
Another great day for Roush Racing. 4 of the 5 cars finish in the top 10, and all 5 finish in the top 20. Of course, led by Jeff, who brought his number 99 car home in 5th position. We have a lot more coming up on ESPN Speed World from Darlington.
When it comes to choosing the right motor oil, let's make something perfectly clear. Introducing 3 new oils from Quaker State, specially formulated for the vehicle you drive. Synthetic blends for hard-working engines and high-horsepower engines. A full synthetic for ultimate engine protection. Extra filtered with patented micro-Q filtration to ensure your oil starts clean for a difference you can see and trust. So when it comes to protecting your vehicle, why take a chance? Quaker State. The choice is clear.
Mark, if you're at the airport before my 8 o'clock flight, maybe we can talk. Otherwise, it's over.
Ah! Come on. Come on. Oh, start. Oh, no. That battery.
No matter what my customers drive, they depend on AC Delco batteries. They last up to 30% longer.
I'm sure they do. Just give me the generic equipment, okay?
AC Delco. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it.
Has frequent heartburn been a persistent problem for you? Have you treated it but still suffer on 2 or more days a week? Do you keep getting heartburn even though you've changed your diet? Your heartburn may be due to a potentially serious condition called acid reflux disease. Ask your doctor if Prilosec is right for you. Just 1 Prilosec capsule daily can provide 24-hour acid control. Prilosec is not for everybody. Only your doctor can decide if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. To learn more, call this number, ask your doctor or pharmacist, or see our Life magazine ad. Want 24-hour acid control with just 1 daily capsule? Ask your doctor about Prilosec.
You know when you're traveling, you look for things you know. That's why it's always so good to see the Howard Johnson sign. And with Howard Johnson Super Miles, earn free hotel stays, car rentals, and airline mileage vouchers.
Howard Johnson makes you feel at home.
Well, it was a completely blue sky earlier. Some clouds have moved in, but still a great day here in South Carolina. The winner of the race, Dale Jarrett. However, Jeremy Mayfield finished 4th and has to be real happy, John.
Yeah, Jeremy has a big smile on his face. His 4th top 5 finish this year in the modern era. Only one other driver. Jeff Gordon has done that under the age of 30. Jeremy, a great run, but, man, I want to know what it was like when that last caution came out.
Well, something we didn't want to see. You know, we've been on the backstretch, and it kind of cost us track position most of the day, but can't blame it on anybody but ourselves. You know, we shouldn't have been back here to start with, and my hat's off to Mobil 1 and this whole Mobil 1 team. I mean, they really worked hard today and had a lot of stuff thrown at us, and we overcame it.
And they did a great run today. In fact, one of the crewmen said, hey, you know, if the car is leading the race, is pitting on the backstretch, maybe they should open that pit first. Well, something to think about back upstairs.
I'm sure Jeremy would have definitely voted for that had it come up earlier before the race. There is the Victory Lane celebration that is continuing. Kenny Wallace had a great run here today, finishing in 9th position. And when we come back to Darlington, we will talk to Kenny. So stay with us.
The credit card companies have made it extremely easy for all of us to get in debt. The good news is that interest rates are at an all-time low, and you don't even need any equity in your home to get out of the debt. All you have to do is just give me a call. I can help you.
They call Paul Clemens the crunch man because he's the best at getting people out of debt. Whether you want to get out of a crunch or save a bunch, he'll be glad you called. No more excuses, no better time. Call now.
Want to build customer loyalty? We've got customer loyalty. We've got sports nuts, movie lovers, infomaniacs, and cartoon fanatics. We've got networks that talk to moms, teens, men, kids. From Main Street to Madison Avenue, more advertisers are turning to cable. Want to build your brand of business? Check out our brand of TV. Cable TV. America's sold on cable.
Hampton businesses are sold on cable rep advertising. Call 873-1366 today.
For most people, springtime is a time of peace. It's a time of natural beauty and flowers and such. But for the baseball player, it's a time of impatience. He's got the fire in his belly. That's what springtime is. It's the quiet in the field before the war.
Screaming, pointing, and praying are all acceptable ways for a NASCAR fan to show their support. Now, there's another. Drink accordingly.
Great. That tune-up.
These AC Delco parts are about the most dependable you can buy. They should really help improve your performance.
Come on, they're all the same. I'll take some out of this bushel basket.
Okay.
AC Delco. No matter what you drive, if you're not asking for it, you're asking for it.
Jeff doesn't run for glory. He runs for Jeff. Always further than the day before. And Advil brings him there. It works fast. Right at the site of body pain, muscle aches to headaches. Advil simply lets people do what they love to do.
At Plank Road, we don't do everything well. Fortunately, beer is something we do well. Ice House, thanks and enjoy.
Dale Jarrett's Quality Care Ford walked off with the victory here at Darlington today, and we had 6 different leaders. All were Fords, and they continue to dominate the 98 season when you review those statistics regarding top 5s and laps led. Well, one guy who had a great afternoon was Kenny Wallace. Here is Bill Weber.
Well, last week he was busting on me for not talking about him during the race. This week it was for talking about you during the race at Atlanta, but you have had 3 great runs, Kenny.
Well, you know, first I really do want to thank Square D and Mobil 1, great sponsors, but, you know, we had a good conversation over the wintertime. We had to decide whether this team, this is the 3rd year for this Philmar race team, you know, do we want to maintain a 30th place race team? you know, I'm a Wallace. It aggravates the heck out of me for me to be in the back of the pack, and that just isn't our style. So Newt Moore, my crew chief, Andy Johnson, all the guys back at the shop have done a great job taking and, you know, stripping the old Thunderbirds down and making them like Newt wants them. And Kit's a darn good crew chief, I tell you what. He used to drive late models at Nashville, and now he's my crew chief, and he's given me some great race cars, and it was just a good day. Pit stops were good, but you know, that crash at Rockingham killed us. We're still 33rd in points.
But that's okay. You're going in the right direction.
Hey, we're happy. We finished in top 10 the last 2 weeks, but now we're going to Bristol.
And this is another Wallace that runs very well at Bristol.
Indeed. Well, Ford won its second race of the year here today, so Chevy and Ford are now tied for the Manufacturers' Championship. Pontiac, with one win, has 27 points. More from Darlington after these messages.
You like the way you feel when you get what you need, like the kid of your heart, like a break in the weather. You deserve someone who's always there at your service. Quality care.
Quality care service from Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers.
Frank, I'm thinking about moving to another swamp.
Oh, really?
I'm just not comfortable living in a swamp where assassination attempts are taking place. Every loon with a vendetta, every snake with a sinus headache frightens me.
Hey, snap out of it, Louis. Everybody knows it was you.
Oh, Frank, I had no motive. I love Budweiser, and I love the frogs.
Oh, yeah, you're good buddies. I forgot.
Excuse me, if you would remember last summer, I invited them to that barbecue.
Yeah, well, Louis, you wanted to cook them at that barbecue.
Well, at least I invited them.
Oh.
You wouldn't have invited them at all.
Since we switched to Quaker State Motor Oil, we've been very successful. So when my crew chief said,
check it out, Jeff. 3 new synthetics from Quaker State.
Why change a good thing?
Different engines can need different protection. Quaker State knows that.
Well, we tested them. And guess what? Now we're winning with the same oil you can buy at the store.
Quaker State. The choice is clear.
Pro basketball star Jennifer Azzi spends 40 minutes destroying her hair and 90 seconds bringing it back with Pert Plus. More than a shampoo, it conditions too. How? As you shampoo, the conditioners stay suspended. As you rinse, they go to work, giving you great hair simply. Perfect for Jennifer, because she wants great-looking hair, but she'd rather be living in it than working on it. Wouldn't you? Pert Plus. Simply great hair, simply.
Back at Darlington, where the Pennzoil Copter Cam shows you the egg-shaped layout of the racetrack and the large crowd that's beginning to file out here. Jerry Punch is with Johnny Benson.
From 21st to 8th, the career best finish at Darlington. And Johnny, you've been eating your Cheerios. Great run today.
I think the whole team's been eating them Cheerios. There's no doubt about it. Steve Mill and the guys, just what a tremendous job. Pit stops were awesome all day. Man, that Cheerios Taurus ran real well, too, so we can't complain. You know, we fought a little bit tight and loose all day, but I tell you what, these guys have really done a tremendous job.
Third consecutive top 10 finish in a row for Johnny Benson. This team, Steve Mill, the team manager, said this guy right here is going to win a race sometime probably in the next month. You can bank on it. Johnny Benson finishes 8th today, 4th, 9th, and 8th. Last 3 outings for this car. Bob?
Yes, indeed, but the celebration continues over in Victory Lane as the photographers continue to snap their shots of the winner, Dale Jarrett.
Communications brings world-class entertainment to your home and great values in this month's cable bill. This coupon gives you 5 ways to save on the auto service you need at Randy Hutchinson's Brake King. At Brake King, the customer is #1. Save money while saving those memories. Bring in this coupon and receive 20% off your next photo processing at Camera City Incorporated. Get your car looking like new again with this all-over paint service coupon from High Tech Auto Body, your full-service body shop. Information, value, entertainment, choice. You're on Cox Communications.
Cox Communications and CNBC want you in the market. Enter the Take Stock Sweepstakes. You could win the grand prize, $3,000 to invest in any way you choose. Or one of 10 first prizes, Microsoft Money 98 Financial Management CD-ROM. $3,000 to invest. It's a great start.
Register to win at the Newport Newsstand, 9961 Warwick Boulevard in the Hilton area of Newport News. Sweepstakes ends April 15, 1998.
Before they were heroes, before they could fly, they dreamed of a game where legends are born. The McDonald's High School All-American Game, Wednesday night at 8, only on ESPN.
The LPGA's best tee it up in Phoenix, where Laura Davies looks to make history at Moon Valley by becoming golf's first ever 5-time defending champion. The Standard Register Ping. Final round coverage today at 5:30 on ESPN.
When it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. National Car Rental, the official car rental company of ESPN. So what are you waiting for? Let's go!
ESPN Speed World live coverage of the Trans-South Financial 400 being brought to you by First Plus Financial. At First Plus, we're working first for you. By Quality Care Service at your Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers. And by Quaker State Motor Oil. For what you drive and the way you drive it, the choice is clear. Ted Musgrave finished in 10th position here today. Here's John Kernan.
Well, Ted, last year, almost we thought you were going to win your first race right here in this race. Finished second, now top 10. How was your day overall?
Pretty rough. You know, we were a little off. The sun popped out today, and we practiced in the clouds yesterday, so I was really loose the first part of the race, and the guys did a good job. They got me tightened up, but I was already lapped down, and we were pretty much the fastest car in the racetrack at times, but we couldn't make that lap up. So top 10 for the Prime Star team here. We'll take it and run the Bristol Ford.
That's exactly right. As we were standing here, he said making a lap up at Darlington is next to impossible. Back upstairs.
Everybody looking forward to going to Bristol as we are next Sunday afternoon. Today was a great race. We saw some great competition on the racetrack.